Hi, this is Brian Noyes. In this module, we're going to dive a little deeper into bindings and get into some of the core concepts of how you can have explicit control over exactly what a binding is doing with respect to its source objects and its paths and the direction of flow of data through that binding. First, we're going to dive into binding sources. We've already seen in previous modules how bindings use the data context as their source by default. In this section, we'll talk about the other options that you have there, including the relative source bindings, element name bindings, and source bindings, where you can point to an explicit source object through those properties on the binding. Next, we're going to get into property paths in a little more detail. We've seen simple paths that are just a property name in previous demos, and we've actually seen a couple of other examples that dot down. Here we'll just talk a little bit more about exactly what is supported, the fact that you can walk an entire object graph through the property path and even index into arrays. And also we'll talk a little bit about debugging bindings when they're not working and see how you can spot the errors for your bindings in the output window. Finally, we'll close out this module with the mode and direction of bindings. Bindings flow from source to target by default, and we've seen that you can have two-way bindings that flow from target to source as well. The binding mode property is the thing that lets you control this, and we'll also look into how the default direction is set for a given target property through its dependency property metadata.